Let's talk about how we can avoid a lot of behavioral problems. So I am a firm believer that a lot of behavioral problems stem from either a lack of fulfillment or a lack of boundaries or a combination of both. So obviously we can teach our dogs certain skills, how to walk on a leash, how to sit down. Those are really important. However, what really trumps all of obedience commands and teaching our dogs something new is really making sure that they are fulfilled mentally and physically. Dogs were bred to assist humans with tasks. They were not bred to lay around on the couch or lay around all day. They need activity, they need movement, they need to use their brain, they need to be challenged to have fulfillment. Now, obviously, depending on breed, temperament, age, all of that is going to play a big role into how much fulfillment does your dog need. But just as a good rule of thumb and at least a starter, your dog should be getting an hour-long structured walk every day. That is a walk that is connected with you. That is a walk that is walking next to you where they're not sniffing or yanking you or reacting to all of the other dogs. They're just really calm, connected, migrating with you, moving with you. That's really important. The other piece of the coin here is talking about boundaries. Your dog needs boundaries. They need to understand what are the expectations, and they need you to show them how to meet those expectations, and they need you to follow through, and they need you to be consistent. So, for example, if your dog really struggles with jumping on guests, we don't want to allow our dogs to run to the door, jump on us when we get home, because what we do every single day with our dog is going to be how our dog behaves. So by setting boundaries with the front door or setting an expectation that this is not what we do and we follow through with this every single time, we'll start to lay a foundation for the behavior that we expect. So boundaries, critical. How do you set boundaries? Crate training is a great way to start setting boundaries. It just gives your dog a time to decompress. You go for your walk, your dog comes back, goes in the crate for an hour or two, just to decompress, just to relax from the walk, settle, sets a boundary, allows you to move through your house. Another boundary is not allowing them behind the counter, into your kitchen, different things like that. Setting a room that the dogs can't go in, great boundary. Asking your dog to sit before you walk out the door, any door, front door, back door, garage door, gate, it doesn't matter. This is a boundary. This is great. Set that. Don't let them rush out. Furniture is also a great boundary. Your dog shouldn't be on the furniture if you're struggling with reactivity, resource guarding, any type of, whether the reactivity is leash reactivity, reactivity at the windows when people walk by, people coming over, really any type of behavioral problem, you probably should eliminate couch privileges for a while. This just helps hit the reset button. It shows the dog that you are going to give them direction and you're going to be their leader and you're going to be the one that's setting the tone for what behavior is acceptable in the house. So these are all really good boundaries and they need to be implemented. The boundaries are not necessarily meant to be forever. If your dog respects the boundaries and you're not having any behavioral issues that you're working through, your dog can have as much freedom as you want your dog to have. But when you're struggling with your dog, if you're not getting a loose leash walk, if you're struggling with leash reactivity, if you're struggling with jumping, if you're struggling with your dog not coming when called, this is where the biggest relationship disconnect is. And this is where I talk about what goes on outside of your training session is making more of an impact than the actual training session itself. So this is where we have to really buckle down. We have to look at what is our dog getting away with outside of our training sessions. Once we hone that in, you'll start to see major behavioral shifts. Your dog can earn the freedom, and then you're able to take your dog more places. Your dog has a bigger world because you have a good relationship with them and you can take them places because they respect you, they listen to you, they look to you for guidance, and it allows you to take that outside of your home. So that's really, really important, and why I harp on it, why I think that most behavioral problems stem from lack of fulfillment and lack of boundaries, or a combination of both. So those are the two things that I would focus on if I had behavioral problems. That's where I would really start to focus. I would work on fulfilling my dog every day, and figuring out what boundaries can I set at home.